All right, our first question, the opening question, is one for all of you. Donald Trump is the first ex-president in more than 100 years to run for the White House again, and he remains popular among Republican primary voters as his legal challenges mount. Governor DeSantis, let me begin with you on this one. Speak to Republican voters who are supporting Donald Trump. Why should you and not him be the Republican nominee to face Joe Biden a year from now?
This country is in trouble, and the elites that have put us here, they don't care about you. They don't care that you're having to grapple with higher grocery prices or have higher gas prices. They don't care that your family's less secure because of the open border that's allowed drugs and even terrorists to come into this country. Well, I care. I am not going to sit idly by and let this country continue its downward spiral. We need leadership, and we need it now. I'll take the hits. I'll take the arrows. I'll take the slings, because ultimately it's not about me. It's about you. I will fight for you. I will make sure to lead this country's revival, and I will win for you and your family. Actions speak louder than words. We don't have time for excuses, and it's not something that we're going to be able to have all these distractions. As a veteran, I will get the job done. Now, if you look where we are now, it's a lot different than we were in 2016. And Donald Trump's a lot different guy than he was in 2016. He owes it to you to be on this stage and explain why he should get another chance. He should explain why he didn't have Mexico pay for the border wall. He should explain why he racked up so much debt. He should explain why he didn't drain the swamp. And he said Republicans were going to get tired of winning. Well, we saw last night, I'm sick of Republicans losing. In Florida, I showed how...
No. Don't play this game. Don't say that this, whatever happened last night, has anything to do with Donald Trump or that he is responsible. He actually helped out in Kentucky. And the reason why Republicans lost in Kentucky is because Andy Beshear is a very popular governor, and he gets this moderate patina, fake patina of moderatism. And the Kentucky electorate, apparently they love moderatism. So, and that's why you have Mitch McConnell and you have a Democrat governor. So he takes a lot from his father. So this is the reason why they elected a Democrat who is very popular. So I've seen certain people try to blame Donald Trump for this. No, it doesn't. No, you can't. You can't blame him for what happened in Kentucky. And then in Virginia, the same joke goes on Glenn Youngkin. People are attacking Glenn Youngkin for what happened in Virginia. It's a Democrat state. Come on. Why are you attacking a good Republican governor? On the pro-life issue, yes, there are certain things you could argue on the pro-life issue, that he should be so-called more moderate. Pro-life is pro-life, but not everywhere in the United States everybody has the same opinion, and not everywhere there is the same solution to being pro-life. So he should take I can't believe I'm saying this, more moderate approach. Pro-life should be the pro-moderate approach, but we are not there, especially not in Virginia. So he should try at the very least to, if he's going to talk about this, then he should at the very least do it more persuasively, but he shouldn't push it too much as far as he did, and should give more leeway and do incremental change. But this is the reason why they lost in Virginia. But again, Virginia is a Democrat state, so losing there, having a good governor such as Glenn Youngkin attacking him for what happened in Virginia, that's a terrible thing, and it's just counterintuitive for the conservative movement. Let's continue.
It's done. 1 year ago here, we won a historic victory, including a massive landslide right here in Miami-Dade County. That's how we have to do it.
Oh, and one more thing. It's interesting. Why would Ron DeSantis attack Donald Trump for the losses that we had throughout, but not the person who was elected, I think, in 2017, Romney McDaniel, as a matter of fact? Why isn't she being attacked? She is the one who's supposed to be funding all these candidates, making sure these candidates are winning, not Donald Trump. Although, of course, he should be a team player and endorse the right candidates and work out throughout the election process. But why is he getting all the heat and not Ron McDaniel? So all the people who are attacking Donald Trump and not Ron McDaniel, they're being disingenuous. If you're attacking both, at the very least, you're trying to be coherent, and I can hear you out. If you're going to attack only Donald Trump, then your opinion is not worth that much. You should be attacking, at the very least, her as well.
So I promise you this, as the nominee, next November, I'll get the job done. And as president, I will deliver.
Your time is up. Let me turn to Ambassador Harris. Let me turn to Ambassador Haley. Why you and not the former president?
Well, I think you look at the fact that we're almost $34 trillion in debt. 60% of Americans are living paycheck to paycheck. 50% of American families can't afford diapers. 1 in 6 American families can't pay their utility bills. You have the fact that he used to be right on Ukraine and foreign issues. Now he's getting weak in the knees and trying to be friendly again. I think that we've got to go back to the fact that
Used to be right on Ukraine, meaning that he wanted to fund. No, that's when he was wrong on Ukraine. No. See, this is the neocon business that we always get. We have to fund every other country in the world. No, we shouldn't be giving a penny to any country in the world. Not our allies, not our enemies, and nobody else, nobody in between. It should all go to the United States citizenry. Now, if any individual citizen wants to donate, well, I can't stop them. It's their choice, it's their money. Well, they can do that. But the money that the United States collects through taxation belongs to the American citizenry. And another thing on the wars, if you can fund 2 wars, I think you are collecting a bit too much taxes.
we can't live in the past. We can't live in other headlines. We've got to start focusing on what's going to make America strong and proud. And that's what I'm focused on doing. Let's make sure we pay down our debt. I think we need an accountant in the White House. Let's make sure that we have transparency in the classroom. As a mom, I know what that means. Let's make sure we secure our borders so that our families are safe. Let's get crime down because our families want to know that they can be safe no matter where they go. And as the wife of a combat veteran, I will tell you, a military needs to know we have our back, and we need to make sure that America is strong.
Ambassador, thank you very much. Let me just caution the audience. Let's not go down this road. We've asked you to please, keep restrain yourselves. It would be helpful so we can hear the candidates because these are important issues and the voters want and need to hear them. Mr. Ramaswamy, let me turn to you. Please make your case. Why should you be the nominee and not the former president?
I think there's something deeper going on in the Republican Party here, and I am upset about what happened last night. We've become a party of losers at the end of the day. It was a cancer in the Republican establishment. Let's speak the truth. I mean, since Ronna McDaniel took over as chairwoman of the RNC.
There you go. There you have it. Finally, I'm actually disappointed in Ron DeSantis, and I like him, but I am very disappointed in what he had to say. Why would he attack Donald Trump and not attack Ronna McDaniel? Now, here we have somebody who's actually speaking to the message, getting the point across very, very well.
In 2017, we have lost 2018, 2020, 2022, no red wave that never came. We got trounced last night in 2023. And I think that we have to have accountability in our party. For that matter, Ron, if you want to come on stage tonight, you want to look the GOP voters in the eye and tell them you resign, I will yield my time to you. And frankly, look, the people there.
You know who deserves it, by the way? The post of RNC chair it should go to Scott Pressler. He's doing all the work that Ronna McDaniel should be doing, but he's getting the stuff done. Now, he, of course, said that he doesn't want it. He deserves it. I'm just pointing out that he definitely deserves it. If he will ever take it, that's a thing that you'll have to ask him, but he definitely deserves it.
They're cheering for losing in the Republican Party. Think about who's moderating this debate. This should be Tucker Carlson, Joe Rogan, and Elon Musk. We'd have 10 times the viewership, asking questions that GOP primary voters.
I just love what he just said, because it's not only insulting to who is hosting this. NBC is hosting this. So I love that he is now insulting them, but he's also correct on the point. It's not just an insult, but it's an indisputable fact that it should be Tucker Carlson and Elon Musk and Joe Rogan. Those guys would have been. With Elon Musk, I'm not sure. I don't think he's actually a good moderator, so I'm not so sure about him, but definitely Tucker Carlson and Joe Rogan. Maybe you find a third guy, you'll definitely find some good guys. But point is that he's definitely correct there, and I just love that it is a precise point, and it's not only a precise point, but it's also a roast against the hosts, which they definitely deserve it for being liberal.
Actually care about bringing more people into our party. You think the Democrats, and we've got Kristen Welker here, you think the Democrats would actually hire Greg Gutfeld to host a Democratic debate? They wouldn't do it. And so the fact of the matter is, Kristen, I'm going to use this time because this is actually about you in the media and the corrupt media establishment. Ask you, the Trump-Russia collusion hoax that you pushed on this network for years, was that real or was that Hillary Clinton made up disinformation?
Very good. Push them on it.
Answer the question. Go.
Mr. Ross.
This is how we get our country back. We need accountability because this media rigged the 2016 election. They rigged the 2020 election with a Hunter Biden laptop story. And they're going to rig this election.
Your time is up.
Accountability.
Let me turn to Governor Christie. Why audience, let's not do this. Let's not do this. Let's let the candidates speak.
Yeah, let's not insult the moderators.
Governor Christie, why you and not former President Trump?
He looks bad. He looks terrible. Oh, no, he always looks terrible.
Well, Lester, look, you said it. at the beginning of the debate, we are dealing with extraordinarily important issues facing this country right now. We have our greatest ally in the Middle East under fire from a terrorist group that has committed to wiping them and every Jewish person in this world off the map.
Kind of pisses me off every time. Our greatest ally in the Middle East. Why does it always have to be our greatest ally? Why can't we just say our ally in the Middle East? Why does the emphasis on this? Why does it have to be pointed out this way? Why does that always have to be the same cliche over and over again? We get it. Israel is our ally. Fine, we get it. We understand. Nobody's disagreeing with that. Why our greatest ally every time, over and over again? It's just tiresome. It's become a cliche. It's boring.
We have Ukraine with Vladimir Putin, a communist KGB dictator.
No, he's not communist. He's a dictator, yes, but look up democracy. It's cringe as well. Dictatorship, the Russian, how many times am I going to have to point this out? The Russians, they want dictatorship. It's either the devil you know or the devil you don't know. I'm going with Putin. I would never want him being elected here in the United States. I don't want him to be a ruler here in the United States, but for Russia, he's great for Russia. He's actually the most pro-US president that Russia has had throughout its history. The problem is that we have alienated the Russians, but he tried to play nice with the United States, but the United States just alienated him. And I know some people might say, well, look what is happening right now. Yes, this is from all the alienation, from all the illegal encroachments, from all the attacks against him, blaming him for literally everything that is happening bad in the United States. Russia collusion, ooh, the scary thing didn't happen. So they're attacking him on all these other things. What are you going to do about it? Of course you're just going to stop cooperating with the United States. So yeah, go figure. I'm wondering why. We blame him for everything. We attack him. I wonder why they're so mad at us.
Who wants to put the old band back together. He's starting in Ukraine, and he's going to move to the Baltics and
yeah, he's gonna continue on. Why didn't he start with Poland? Why not start with Ukraine? Why start with Ukraine? Why not start with Poland? He's gonna continue on. He's gonna move on. Why? Where? What? This is the same stupid cliche again, over and over again. Well, he's going to continue. No, he's not going to continue. He wants specifically Ukraine. And by the way, he doesn't want Ukraine just so to have it. He wants it under his influence, but we had to influence Ukraine on our side and overthrow their elected governor, their elected president when they elected a pro-Russian president. Our State Department got in there and elected our guys. Why can't Russia have their own influence over Ukraine? Ukraine is not the 51st state of the United States. Let Russia have Ukraine.
Poland after that. We have inflation in this country that is choking every American family that wants to try to rise up and give their children a better life. And
wait a minute. They want Poland after that. So what? That's NATO's problem. We should get out of NATO. Let NATO take care of it. So what? They want Poland. Okay, fine. So freaking what? Why do I care? We should take care of the United States. They don't want Poland. Maybe in the most technical sense, I guess when you are a dictator of a country and you want to rule the world, I guess you want every country. Yeah, but it's not gonna happen. It's not a feasible plan. Not for the cost. Not for the military cost. That it's just not worth it. So, only the most technical sense of the word they want. Yes, I guess they want it technically, but they're not gonna take it.
Tonight, we need to decide which president is going to be the one to tackle the big issues.
We're going to have the big president here to tackle the big issues.
To make this country look once again, not just inward, but look outward at the world. I'd say,
ooh, not just inward, but also outward. Yeah, that's not a cliche.
America is the country, the indispensable nation that makes this a safer world. And in a safer world,
that's the Iraqis.
American innovation, American hard work has always been the thing that has driven our country to greater things. I'm going to be the president who will do those big things. We're not going to be small, and I'll say this about Donald Trump.
We're not going to be small. I guess this could be his new slogan for his campaign. We are not going to be small. Or maybe you should just say, I am not going to be small.
Anybody who's going to be spending the next year and a half of their life focusing on keeping themselves out of jail and courtrooms cannot lead this party or this country.
Right,
and it needs to be said plainly.
Governor, thank you. Let me turn to Senator Scott. Senator Scott, you've said former President Trump can't win. Make your case to Republican voters.
Well, certainly. What I would say without any question is that the truth of my life destroys the lies of the radical left.
We need a president and a candidate who will actually help our base solidify and attract independent voters into our party. The Great Opportunity Party is now winning back African-American voters and Hispanic voters because we are...
Yeah, I understand. We are kind of winning African Americans and Hispanic. But guess freaking what? It doesn't freaking matter, because if you lose white people, then you lose. You have to attract more white people because they are a majority of the country. Just electorally speaking, that's what you got to do. It's so... Why is everybody always going for the minorities? Nobody is trying to get the white vote. Get every vote you can and try to pander a little bit to the majority. What is this? Everybody's so busy with minorities. And fine, it's good. Okay, fine. You wanna be busy with that? No problem. But also try to win. Try to get the majority as well.
Working on a foundation based on faith. Our nation is facing some deep challenges. It is the loss of faith in this nation that is a part of the erosion that we're seeing every single day. It's restoring faith, restoring our Christian values that will help this nation once again become the city on the hill. When Ronald Reagan talked about the city on the hill.
Ronald Reagan, city on the hill. Here we go again. Ronald Reagan. Ronald Reagan is dead. The 80s are over. Please get over Ronald Reagan. He couldn't be elected nowadays in his home state of California. He's not the end all and be all. What is with these people? Always Ronald Reagan. He was great. Yes. For the time. Yes. We need to move on. I just love these guys. And when I say love, I mean hate, but not really. But anyway, these guys continuously talk how we need to move on from Trump, and they are right to one extent or another that Trump is not going to be here all the time, and we need to have a plan for when he's not here. But these same guys are still stuck with Reagan. So how are you going to say that we need to move on from Donald Trump while you're still stuck with Reagan?
He was coming from Matthew 5. When President Lincoln talked about a house divided, that was Mark. Our founding documents speak to the importance of the faith foundation. You don't have to be a Christian for America to work for you, but America does not work without a faith-filled Judeo-Christian foundation. I would be the president that helps us restore faith in God, faith in each other, and faith in our future. Without that focus...
Now, this is the good stuff, actually. Talking about faith in God, which we do need. We need to pivot to that, and also be effective with that. We can't just okay, for faith in God, and okay, that's it. That's where it ends. I said the words, so everything is going to work out. No, we actually have to put in the work. But yes, that is actually good messaging from him.
None of the issues, the policies matter. We have to get back to being a nation that is, in fact, the city on the hill that believes in each other enough for us to fight for that future.